Hi, welcome back. This is the intraoperative clinical hepatobiliary score, part B. Let's start. Here we left the part 1, how to assess the ICHBS. Just to reinforce the part A and part B, two components are there. Maximum score in part A 20, minimum score 0. Maximum score in part B again 20, minimum score 0. Total maximum score, that is part A plus part B, is 40, and total minimum score, that is part A plus part B, is 0. Now this is a summary of part A, the preoperative assessment. We are having 4 group of factors. I am just focusing over it. The history factors, the clinical examination findings, the biochemical parameters, the sonography abdomen hepatobiliary findings. Now minimum score in all the 4 groups 0. Any patient can have minimum score 0 while assessment, and the maximum score, it varies for the different groups. Like the history factors, the maximum score is 8. The clinical examination finding maximum score is 3. The biochemical parameters, the maximum score is 4. The sonography abdomen hepatobiliary findings, the maximum score is 5. If we are going to add all these minimum score, the answer is minimum score is 0 for part A. And the total maximum score, if you are going to add 8 plus 3, 11, 11 plus 4, 15, 15 plus 5, 20. So maximum possible score in part A assessment is 20. How to remember it? Okay, let's see how I can help you. Now in this slide you can see here H for history factors. Now if you can join the two longitudinal lines of H upwards and downwards, it will look like 8. So in this manner you can remember that history components, it is having maximum score 8. Now next factor group is clinical examination factors, followed by biochemical parameters, followed by sonography hepatobiliary region, findings on ultrasound. Very easy to remember. Just count the number from 3, start from 3 and that comes up to 5. 3, 4, 5. Clinical parameters 3, maximum score. Biochemical parameters 4, maximum score. And sonography findings 5, maximum score. So combining whole of the part A preoperative assessment, history factor 8, maximum score, then 3, 4, 5, clinical, biochemical, sonography. All right. Okay. History 8. Let's focus on the first history components. We are just going through the various factors we are going to assess in part A history components. It is having broadly 4 factors. First one is age in years, followed by gender, then history of hospitalization for acute cholecystitis, or gallstone pancreatitis or alcoholic pancreatitis within last 3 months. And the fourth factor is whether a patient is a post ERCP patient, yes or no, or if yes, whether the patient is having a CBD stent after sphincterotomy or only sphincterotomy is there without any CBD stent for associated CBD disease. So these are the 4 important factors. On history we can get all these 4 important information. And what we have done, what could be the possibility in age, in years? Either the patient is less than or equal to 40 years of age or more than 40. If less than or equal to 40, the score allotted is 0, the contribution is 0. If more than 40, score allotted is 1. We have seen that usually the comorbid conditions increases with increasing age, and if we can take the average year that origin the reference point as 40 years, more than 40 years we have seen various comorbid conditions. So usually the gallbladder surgery becomes slightly difficult. That's why score 1 is being allotted to this group. So maximum score for this factor is 1. Let's come to the gender. If female gender, score 0. Usually the female gallbladder is easy to operate. The normal anatomy, usually a lesser degree of problems are there with female gallbladder whenever compared to the male gallbladder. And if the gender is male, score is 1. Again the maximum score is 1. The third factor, the history of hospitalization for acute cholecystitis or gallstone pancreatitis or alcoholic pancreatitis within last 3 months. No, 0. Yes, 4. I am just describing the ICH-based score. The details we can later on make a video for that, the reasons behind these. Just to go with the concept quickly. So maximum score here is 4. Post ERCP, no, means no ERCP done. There is no history. 0. Yes, with CVD stent, give 1 score. Without CVD stent, only sphincterotomy, or no CVD stent is there, give 2. Maximum score 2. Now if we are going to add up all these maximum score, 1 plus 1, 2, 2 plus 4, 6, 6 plus 2, 8. It becomes 8. What we have discussed just now, the maximum score history factors, join the upper and lower longitudinal lines of H, we are going to have 8. This is just to remember this fact, the maximum score is 8, right? If we are going to add the minimum scores in these groups, 0 plus 0 plus 0 and plus 0, that is the minimum score is 0 in history components, right? So total 4 factors in history component. Okay, let's go to the C. C stands for clinical parameters, the clinical examination factors. Maximum score here is 3. What are the factors we have taken here? There are broadly 2 factors. Previous abdominal scar, whether that is present or absent. And the second factor is palpable gallbladder on presentation. Presence or absence of tenderness in right hypochondrium. These 2 factors we have taken into account. Previous abdominal scar, no, means no scar. Score allotted 0. Previous abdominal scar, yes, whether it is infraumbilical or supraumbilical. If infraumbilical, score 1. If supraumbilical, score 2. Maximum score for this factor is 2. Palpable gallbladder plus minus tenderness in right hypochondrium, no, score allotted 0. If yes, score allotted 1. Maximum score is 1. If you are going to add the maximum score for clinical parameters, it comes as 3. So maximum total score in clinical parameters 3. Minimum is 0 plus 0, 0. So only two broad factors, broad groups we have taken in clinical parameters, right? Clinical examination components. C is equal to 3 clinical examination components. Now let's come to the biochemical parameters. This is 4. Now in biochemical parameters we have taken broadly 3 groups. The first one is, let's quickly go through the factors. The elevated serum lipase or amylase or both within the last 2 weeks. Within the last 2 weeks of presentation, whether the patient is having elevated serum lipase or amylase or both within the last 2 weeks. Deranged liver function test. The second group, deranged liver function test includes the serum bilirubin, serum alkaline phosphatase, ALT and other components of liver function. And third group is elevated TLC count, total leukocyte count. Whether it is more, we have taken the reference value as more than 11,000 cells per millimeter cube. If the TLC count is more than 11,000, that is again an important factor. Then let's go to the score allotted. If elevated serum lipase or amylase or both within 2 weeks, no, 0, yes, 1. Deranged LFT is there, no, 0, yes, 1. Elevated leukocytes, no, 0. If TLC count is more than 11,000, yes, 2. So here the maximum score for a factor you can see in all the groups as 1, 1 and 2. Add them up, maximum score would be 4. Add 0 plus 0 plus 0, minimum score would be 0. So this is for biochemical parameters. Maximum score 4. Finally, the S, the fourth broad group, that is sonography. The sonography of hepatobiliary region. The maximum score possible is 5. And what are the factors? Again, in sonography hepatobiliary findings, there are 4 broad groups. These are the basically findings given in the ultrasound abdomen related to hepatobiliary region of a patient. So look for the gallbladder wall thickness comment, then pericholecystic fluid collection, with the presence of any impacted stone in the cystic duct or the gallbladder. And fourth group is cirrhotic liver presentation or features suggestive of portal hypertension. These are the 4 common groups we have taken into account in the sonography factors. Gallbladder wall thickness, if that is less than or equal to 3 mm, score 0. More than 3 mm, score 1. Pericholecystic fluid collection, no, 0. Yes, 1. Impacted stone, no, 0. If yes, 1. Cirrhotic liver presentation or features of portal hypertension, no, 0. Yes, 2. So if we are going to add up the maximum score, that is 1 plus 1 plus 1, 3 plus 2, 5. So maximum score here is 5. 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0, minimum score is 0. So in sonography hepatobiliary findings, the maximum score is 5. If we are going to add all these, H means history factors, C stands for clinical examination, B stands for biochemical parameters, S stands for sonographic findings of hepatobiliary region. 8 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5, maximum score we are adding, and the sum is 20. The maximum score possible in part A pre-operative assessment, right? Okay. This is known as pre-operative assessment, and by calculating these scores, the various score we have allotted to various parameters in an objective manner, we can derive the part A of ICH-based score, right? Pre-operative assessment. H plus C plus B plus S at 8 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. 8, remember, has 8 history, then 3, 4, 5, add them up, maximum score 20. Now, what is the important observation during part A pre-operative assessment? We have enlisted the factors with maximum score in part A. Quickly we'll go through it. In history broad group, the most important factor with higher score is the history of hospitalization for acute cholecystitis, gallstone pancreatitis, alcoholic pancreatitis within 3 months. Within last 3 months, if that is there, the score contribution is 4. 4 out of 20, right? If under history component patient is giving history suggestive of post ERCP, especially without CBD stent, only sphincterotomy done in a gallstone pancreatitis setting with choledocholithiasis, score contribution 2. In clinical examination part, presence of supraumbilical abdominal scar, score 2. In biochemical parameters, if elevated leukocytes more than 11,000 cells present, score 2. And in sonography hepatobiliary findings, cirrhotic liver presentation or features of portal hypertension is there, including splenomegaly and other features on ultrasound, again score 2. Adding them up, these 5 important parameters among all the 4 groups, taken from all the 4 groups, these are responsible for 60% of score of part A. How it is important? How it is important to know this, that these 5 parameters are important and they are responsible for 60% of a score contribution in part A pre-operative assessment. Okay, how this is important? The important part is that if we know that any of these 5 parameters are there in any gallbladder stone disease patient, the possibility of getting a high difficulty level is already there. You have just gone through the pre-operative assessment, and now if all the 5 parameters are there, you are having a score of 12 out of 40, even without adding the part B. It means the patient is already in difficulty level 2A, right? So if we know these 5 parameters beforehand, that is definitely there. Okay, this patient is at least having part 2A difficulty level, right? So till here, part A pre-operative assessment done. We have crossed that difficulty of calculating the part A, as you can see here. And yes, as usual, finally, no thank you. Again, I'm ending this video with another video learning quote. How deeply you touch another life is how rich your life is. Please think about it. Right? So in next third part, we'll go through the calculation of part B, post-operative assessment. See you there.